there's chatter. It's me. Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I want that on. Okay. All right. Okay, so you guys missed the intro. I played the first attempt yesterday on Twitch. If you're not following me on Twitch, make sure you go follow me on Twitch. Completely free, unless you want to pay. So you guys will kind of pick up what's going on. We are going to be experiencing our, I don't know how to explain it, our emotions, our animalistic desires, whatever the fuck. I don't know how the fuck to explain it, bro. Our consciousness is going to be talking to us, bro, unconsciously, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So, let me get chat opened a little bit wider. Alright, so we got
You
some
hear a
kids.
jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
So you see that? That's perception. That means our perception is so we're hearing jingle jingle. Fish them
It
out. Grab our
says,
keys.
whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It
Okay.
should open the door.
Should open our door. Okay. Lock from the inside. Okay, we got a bottle. Looks like we got a hangover the way he's holding his head. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. So we got a broken window, a shirt, a tie, a shoe. We'll go ahead and grab the shoe. Come on, old man. Let's grab that shirt. We're gonna convince ourselves we're a superstar. You'll understand what that means shortly.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
So you can actually die
You
from
swoop
this
up
right
and
here.
catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you
can
have
have
in
a
your
heart
hand
attack.
is a truly hideous necktie.
See, you see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. Sorry. Put our shirt on. Let's look in the mirror.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
So I'm gonna
As
kind
you
of.
slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror,
I'm gonna try to kind of like get through this bit a little bit quicker than I did yesterday. Yesterday I took the time to read them out and everything like that. That is uploaded. It is uploaded onto the channel if you want to see that. If you want to see me read it out, and so you can see what choices I made. Right now, since I died yesterday, I'm just kind of getting back to where I was. I chose a different layout of like mentality strength and all that stuff like that. So hopefully I can progress a little bit further and better.
Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold, you have no idea who this thing is, do you?
I think
It
I'm a
appears you're
superstar.
also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I think it's
Please
because I'm a
stop.
superstar.
It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No, this is what
You
superstars
can't,
do.
can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the
Superstar.
emotion you're trying to convey? You should check yourself for a pulse. Superstar. You
Check
find no
pulse.
sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive.
Dig
For
deep
now.
in the mind and locate the source of the expression. Attempt to stop the expression. Now we're gonna dig deep.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place.
Okay, we're gonna leave it there. So, I don't know if you guys noticed, we only have one shoe, and we got a broken window. It only mean one thing.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
A gust of briny wind washes over.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Officer,
No.
I'm military. Why'd you
Because
call
you're
me
a police
officer?
officer, sir.
Damn right.
Okay, cool. I won't.
No need to
Okay?
Whoa. Something wants to come out of you. A bit of vomit. Thankfully,
How'd you know I was an
Sir.
officer?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business. Couldn't
What
say.
is that?
In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Ooh, let's try the expression.
the words have already left your mouth.
I want to have fuck with you.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. Say it again. No. You see, that's
This is
not
dumb.
what you said.
Yeah, that's not
You
how it
said.
went last time.
Come on, man. Freddie, please. One more time. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
Cop of the apocalypse, superstar cop. It's been established. The sorry cop. Let's do that.
Don't be.
Sorry cop.
It was funny. And anyway, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about any of it? So what if you can't pull grade A pussy anymore? There are other things in life.
She thinks
More
highly of herself.
meaningful, more fitting for a man your age. This is Fata Morgana.
Oh,
One
word.
thing though. It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
Oh,
And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
okay. For the record.
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it.
No, I'm good, mate. I'm not that creepy. We're all a little creepy, probably, right? We all probably do things that we don't even know are creepy. Like when you go get a popsicle and you deep throat that motherfucker. You're weird, bro. I know you see me. I know you hear me. You're weird, bro. Don't do that. Why you going all the way down to the stick for? is where the lyrics would be. Let's make sure we can be a pop star. Stage and
You
pose.
should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast oceanic soul.
My soul is
Utterly.
immense.
And it needs to be heard through a PA system by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself.
This goes well with a theory I'm developing that I'm a down on my luck superstar.
Who is
person.
mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, Sam.
Let's finish this. Let's get up on stage. Feels right. You belong here. What's up, partner?
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan, a competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs, one of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. That period of my life is over. Not...
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Build a name.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Okay, it's not yet time.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you...
What he means
I did
is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
After it's been up in a tree for that long, any kind of ripping is inadvisable. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
Alright. Go talk to the manager.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You're...
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What is golden orange? Like a like a forest fire, but smells like liquor.
What?
I did the harbinger of ruin. The glooming. I am
I have
it.
no idea what that means.
I've been the Precipice cafeteria manager. I have seen the end.
What is this, a joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No, she went away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
I'm doing my job, man. I'm just trying to figure it out myself, bro.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Okay, what is real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 6. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's. You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
The words leave your mouth as if walking up the stairs. Everything is going fine until you reach the end and take one step too many.
Damn it.
Oh, so apparently I'm a bitch now. Okay, I'll be the bitch, and you'll be the broke cop who owes me money. And no one will arrest anyone because that's insane.
Sir, leash in your tongue. Officer, you need to contact your station. Ask your people for assistance with the money you owe this place. There is a shortwave radio in my car. When you get the time, use it. We need...
I'm sorry, but I can't let him stay here if he doesn't pay. He's 3 days on the slip. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, he'll have to work this from home. You can look, but the union squeezed most people out of business to fund the strike. So, I don't know, your best shot is just going home.
Okay. Let's go. Goodbye, sir.
Good luck.
This is where we can hobo cop.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe.
Alright, so let's get our hobo cop unlocked. Internalize that. Let's get that going. Alright, let's go get some gloves from this gardener lady. Like I said, I already did some of this yesterday, so I died. Fucking had a heart attack. Trying to break a door in.
The RCM in Martinez. What? We don't see a lot of police. Of course. What can I help you with? Me? I am just a gardener. I am pleased to meet you too. Of course. Where to? Oh, that. No problem. Of course. Hello again, officer. Of course. What do you mean? Yes, sir.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. The harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
Rows of stalls under a broad roof, where silvery fish were heaped on newspapers. Water everywhere, pouring from the heavens in the shadow of the old church.
I don't know. The abandoned kind? It used to gather every spring, but there's nothing to do there now. Just drug addicts. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. No problem. Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. Well, as you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Mm-hmm. Thank
Yes?
Hello again, officer. Excuse me? Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I don't know anything about.
Pig is a widely used term.
No need to worry. We are not saying you did.
Okay. Well, I didn't. Excuse me? Oh, okay.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up.
You sure are, my man. From another planet. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in Long. Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees.
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes and mazout. Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need? Huh? The bosses, man. Makes sense. It sucks is what it does. He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy.
There's no denying it. Your body needs to feel the touch of some good performance wear.
That's funny because we're gonna run into a kid who's gonna try to offer us
This
one.
rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a
And I
rash you
didn't
can't
know
get
about
rid of.
this.
You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery?
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of found rust bucket. Maybe the A6.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically.
Don't be a stranger.
Before you stand, vapor emanate. This must be the inferno. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a metallic.
Take what you need.
The cold, useful for opening. The handles are. It's robust. Lets you see. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. The frequency tableau lights up. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57.
Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
Okay, so we got hello, this is police calling. I have some questions for you. Sylvia, I believe we've met before. This is me, a detective from the Whirling and Riggs.
Oh, right.
Please.
Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing.
Why not?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. No?
Is there really
Not
an
me.
hit on her? Okay, so she says she didn't call, but Gart, or whatever the fuck his name is, says that she's the one that called. Why didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind the workhouse bother you? You know who made the call?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the corpse.
I mean, us.
No one calls the police. The union would get angry.
What do
You
mean?
know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the Dock Workers Union.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
No, we're not gonna be like that.
The other people who live around here. Local people, I didn't... You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union, internally. Please, I just didn't want any trouble. You do? Oh. What else can I do for you? No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer.
Yeah, go on.
Damage to morale.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Hold up. Is it game over?
I don't dispute that you have been charged with protecting the people of a particularly challenging district. But poverty does not make one a loser. Poverty is just poverty.
Nothing you can say would make you feel any better. Cop gives up the detective genre.
Fuck. Let's go drama this time. We've been doing the superstar gag, so. Maybe I should push it. Let's do perception. Uh-oh, the sun got real bright. Alright, so now y'all get to see the opening. I'll let it play out.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious from hence in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever.
Never?
Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about?
An
the next?
awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Fathom.
There, no ball of meat, no light in the formless nothing. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. in town to fuck all borough.
Look, I am tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a
Not
shit?
you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over.
Don't stop. Keep singing. Sing me till
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Cut off my head. Who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own mouth?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
You hear a jingle. Key, it says,
So this is gonna be the run.
this fan has 2 chain pull switches. You reach out to grab
Oh,
the tie.
shit.
This is for quite still ongoing. Finally, you know what you should do. Do it. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. What you have in your hand is... A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In hot water, suddenly you realize as you abort, you clearly have not thought this through. Behold, you have no idea. It appears you're also... Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't. What does it even mean? You should check yourself for a pulse. Getting clever appears to make the expression even worse. Now it's mixed with smugness.
Damn.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place. It's too late.
I really almost died from the fucking ceiling.
The window stands broken in its... There they both are. Two are like 2 baby crocodiles. Good. young woman raises a cigarette. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. Okay, cool. I won't. Okay?
Whoa.
Sir, couldn't say. In truth, so far.
The words have already...
Come on, man. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. Okay, that's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate on that superstardom a tiny bit. I have certainly been entertained. Thank you. Whatever you are, you should stick to it. Otherwise, it's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
You should pick that fat...
March. Interesting that I'm playing it in March. I didn't actually read what this was last time. This weekend edition of the newspaper. All right.
A man in his late... Everything is cool between you and this guy.
No.
He's very animated all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
A competent... Looks like a small engraved steel tag says, "The Great Skua."
Look, why don't you go and talk to him?
He pretends not... A bespeckled as you on the sleeve of his...
Hello.
You realize he's waiting for your concentration makes you squint your eyes.
Oh, it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time? If you don't mind, it also wouldn't hurt to... Okay, have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking. After you.
If you're about to embark...
You mean you don't have a bag? Oh.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
You should totally sing karaoke here. Utterly. Through a PA by other people, whether they like it or not. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent... You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was obvious. Serves them right. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The man with the...
Mr. Garp.
Yes?
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Are you kidding me? It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor. And...
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Is this what you get when you call the police?
Sir,
Yes.
I know it took us a while to...
No, I...
Do you have her...
As a matter of fact, I do.
This sounds like something you...
You said you just got...
What? Of...
But you still know...
Yes, I know.
I didn't imply that. Detective, I have everything.
Yes, yes. He means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would? She went away extra fine. I don't know who killed him. What are you?
Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles.
No, I didn't. I didn't. Do I have to answer him?
The lieutenant stands motionless, his expression unreadable.
What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone.
He ignores you.
Behind this building. That's easy. See that door?
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, you don't owe me shit. Well, officer, you're right.
We do not need to assert ourselves here. We only need instructions from him. This is the proprietor, remember?
You know, I get this all the time. Some hobo comes in here, or let's see. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. What are you, brain damaged? Money is what grown-up people eat. Are you...
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
I'm sorry.
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in... Officer, you really need to take this up with your station.
Good luck.
By the way, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria. Why did you say that?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying, up on Marvel Hill, a great...
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Entertain the thought.
Okay, Robocop initiated.
Hello, sweet.
Wait, who's...
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to? You rascal. I'm too old for you, and too married beside. You must forgive me. I'm Lena.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Whatever do you mean? Sequence.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you, with
Now, gentlemen, no need to thank you. Perhaps another time. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. No, these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
Alright, here's a solution.
This trash container is... The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer...
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or... We might want to ask for...
The body is downwind. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throw...
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about. I mean drugs.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding at sea.
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at...
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a guy. The fuck are you talking about?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
We should... You will see.
Fuck no! Kuno doesn't buy that shit. Fucking entrapment shit.
Fast. This kid has got street smarts.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show...
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling.
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that ship... You heard Kuno? I don't know. Some Mesco... or, I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City. Kuno gives this info out on a need-to-know basis. And you don't need to know. Just a couple of pigs.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp.
He could have just said he doesn't know.
Kuno knows shit. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. You're testing Kuno.
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Look at that fucking... Fuck does Kuno know?
The lieutenant
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Dunno. Kiptas gardener used to work there. Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno.
Gross.
Look it up in the library. Kuno's not a fucking dictionary. Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit.
Yeah, her.
Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig. Of course you do, fuckface. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno does...
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets. Easy on the eyes.
How did I fail that?
It's nothing.
The RCM in Martinez. We don't see.
The place looks.
Of course. Excuse me? Oh. Well, okay. Me? I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Since the street signs what do you mean? We're in Martinez. There's the pier, the harbor gates, some shops and a bridge. Just
Rows of stalls.
I don't know. It's just water. No problem. Of course.
If there's a corpse, then.
Sure.
There we go. We got her close. You just gotta see the corpse first.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to.
Oh, come on, man.
I know it, but you see.
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say.
He smells of heavy motor oils and his breath of high tar content cigarettes, probably Astra Whites.
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so... The strike? Oh, they've been... Apples. Yeah, apples. I take it you had other questions?
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest, you were bested.
Welcome to Frit.
What's that magazine she's reading?
I don't know. Frit? I think they think that you mean this. This is pop.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you. She popped her shoulder. The lieutenant frowns at you.
I don't really know any.
No need to.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I'd shoot you if I could. You fucking. She knew what the fuck out of me last time too. I didn't want to give her enough time this time.
A simple little cadence.
You sure are. From another. It's the jam.
The air from the.
It's a traffic. Meanwhile, we're all. Yeah.
It's official. He.
Feels like forever. Yeah. So tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal. Ha! No, they usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran market. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found tracksuits, we're pals and all?
The man taps his fingers.
Don't be a stranger.
Before you step vapor eminent. This must be the in the cabin. You are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a scent of leatherwork, and a metal.
Take what you need.
The cold, useful for the handles. You can do. It's robust. Lets you. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. The frequency tableau, like the soft purr of it.
This is
Hello, Alice.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident.
This is a...
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Of course.
Yes.
Received.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
No, not me. No, people don't have them.
It was someone else. We'll find them.
What? Of course it bothered me. No one called. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, maybe, I don't know. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy, like Gart. You know women and their constant That's where you step in. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster. What misogyny? You have to act, Lieutenant. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
Oh my gosh.
You're just a gimp. What? You want to be more empathetic?
Call was terminated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Felicio, and you're listening to Reed Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest, the most vulgar.
A flock of seagulls takes off nearby, startled by the roaring radio. Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio.
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted a prime line, right? Oh, is that what it was called?
Go for it. Turn the radio back on while it's still on the Speed Freaks FM.
Souped up motor carriage for one bad mama's boy. For the heavier foot and the freakier.
God damn it! Look, it helps me to stay alert on long nights, okay? It's a method. I'm not some kind of speed freak or... Thank you.
This is Precinct 57. Can I connect it to 57?
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
See? Your munching and complaining have ruined my concentration.
Could the objective of the game be to throw the metal ball so it lands by the wooden ball?
Ah, mon Dieu. The pain in my back is unbearable. I can't even say if it's in my back or hip anymore.
I hope you pass out from it, you goddamn jellyfish. Men like you are the reason this nation is sinking.
Shush. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. They're old. You are letting down yourself and the team. Get in the damn game already. Doesn't matter what team. Pick a team. Eyes on the ball, Dinky Winky.
Uh-oh.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter. You'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the... A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball. An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Behold the fear and confusion reflecting in the eyes of the two feeble geezers. They are in awe of your superiority. You are a god to them.
Merde! Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem? I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
A man his age getting worked up like that? Better watch that blood pressure.
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull. No, we are not good, goddammit. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You are good. Mistakes are forgiven. But unfortunately, I don't. In Martinez, the union is the law. Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. Yes, I do. Why what? Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Alright, my headset's giving me a headache, but I do not want to stop playing, so I'm unplugging my headset for a little while. Alright. I'm still here.
Fine. What do you want now, then?
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic.
Probably some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruining a coin-operated viewer. It took ingenuity. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards. Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. Around the large wooden building you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice.
Hello, sir. Step right in. Are you interested in a new and it's a bookstore?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horse. You're fooling nobody.
Sir, are you okay? Okay, sir. I'll try to answer. My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock. Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
Welcome to crime. Be welcome. And please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this. Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavor. One has to earn one's.
Son, you got destroyed there. What an idiot you are.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture. Then why are you talking to me?
She smiles and you see as
Excuse me, officer. The back room is.
just as you're about to pull up,
Sir, don't touch that. Parapsychologically.
she looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtain?
No!
Lies. You see a tattered painted set of curtains and a polyhedron. You see a
I warned you!
heavy door with a missing. What if you just break it down? You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you? What is this place? Yes, but no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window. Other than that, the room is dark. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Yes, because it's closed. Now let's move on, shall we?
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
You're right. The weights may fall off. Better not touch it then. No one does until they get smashed under the barbell.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game. A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to.
Good technique. Yes?
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop. I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape. Just a door? This place is cursed. detective. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Just look at the sheer amount of companies that have failed in this house. I hope you're happy now. Happy that you've ruined everything. Now that you've broken the...
Host Almighty, she prays, guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the door. Blessed be your name.
Of course you didn't. You're nothing but a policeman. All right. You know what? I'm willing to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. We are set on the path. There's little else to do.
Her facade has dropped. Now you see the curiosity behind the fear.
But before we go on, tell me, did you encounter the malignant entity? You did? Then it has to be true. I've suspected that this woman-shaped energy must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you see that she lives inside the chimney? Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't wonderful. Did you talk to her? Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, my precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. You must be kidding. Good sir. Indeed.
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses. The maps look old and faded.
I'm sorry, they're quite valuable. That old thing, from when some design... They didn't get that far. For some reason. A shame, the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. Always good to be informed.
You've acquired an interact...
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner. Your finger moves through the various streets, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your journal and select the map tab.
This Postlavantore mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. A faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102, with a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow, and then suddenly you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachol forever. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've
You can revisit.
Can I help you? Mine?
Thank you for clearing.
Why?
I thought as much.
Well, yes.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Yes. Sir, I'm sorry the RCM is having financial trouble. Callous?
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
No one was implying you were, officer. Well,
What do you...
it concerns the...
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Absolutely out of the...
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this place to shit.
Yes, have you got it? A lot. A lot. For the room, drinks, and broken window, 130 real. Like what? What thing? What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. No, you don't. Fucker. Lay off the swear words. They don't make you cool. This isn't kindergarten. Besides, the RCM doesn't do search warrants. I know the law. You'll just have to wait for the kitchen to open. If
You do realize you can just go into the kitchen at 1300 hours. No need for superstar charm or Sambo style. Sambo is an acronym for Samaran boxing. Graceful martial arts stuff. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. Just letting you know.
Okay. All right.
Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later. Hey. Psst. Psst. Hey, yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. Yes, you're ready to start building communism again.
What the
You've
fuck?
built it before. They've built it before. Hasn't really worked out yet. But neither has love. Should we just stop building love, too? Good. We need tender men like you building gargantuan communism. Word on the street is it's going to be 10,000 times larger than any communism previously attempted. You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff. Oh yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind.
It's not fully wrong.
Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it? Oh yeah.
Fuck it.
Get the firing squads and the animal wagons ready.
Wait, what?
Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a few million eggs.
Oh God. People think communism was some crazy idea that had its, I don't know what that is, 40 years ago. A fever that shook the world never to return again. They were right until he woke up today, a spiritual corpse, responsive only to the call of Commodore Red, prostitutes, and Cross Mazov. For him, communism is still a thing. He'll single-handedly raise the commune of O2 from the Oceanic Trench, where it has been resting, covered in ghosts and seaweed. Okay. I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna do that.
This trash container is locked with a well-oiled. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Of course, the smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
It's just. What's this? A blue piece. Something large.
Officer, is that your paperwork? Yes, it is. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in? Officer,
Easier said than done. How?
it would also not hurt to...
Some items, such as the...
You see, you've done this before. No, searching for evidence. Good practice. A box falls into pieces in your hand. Among the are the...
Drop them in here, officer. Yes. Guitar mark. The belt is missing.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab
This is a military type overgarment.
The rest of the...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the truck.
The lieutenant nod. Wow. An armistice is a giant. And is that cool? That's too bad. Because none of those things are actually in there. The garbage stink. The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop. Dick Mullen, Salam Rocky Bayi, badass on the edge disco cop. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Can't be communist and a superstar. Just don't make sense.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. It's a metaphor. It's just still wet. The toilet paper peels off. An aluminium block runs. The surface looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the rock.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen water.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of... They're not exact. Once in a while. Work? What do you mean? Is that all? There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. The ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large-caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He is not really saying anything, just standing there, look absolutely motionless at first, then animated slowly, imperceptibly even. The lieutenant begins to browse his notes again, leaving you to the case files. Onto the paper with a brash free hand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels like completion. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, all caps. One is called, others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch in an unexpected location, and you like this grimy murdering, don't you? It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them.
Yes, how very childish of you. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. Judging by the creases on your forehead and the lines on your cheeks, too much more. Going back years, decades even. You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Arson, petty theft, you don't exactly close. In the back, see. 3. You don't have to be an intellectual. A monetary penalized. These are quite simple. All in a print so small it could be considered a dozen page. Color of the irises. A dozen page. Color of the irises. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? And something small inside, light, made of paper or cardboard, or dried flowers perhaps. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. The 2 sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, without resistance or sound, the 2 panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. It smells of chewing gum. Apricot flavored. A touch of cinnamon. The end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
Damn. Don't tell me I died from that.
There is nothing. Again. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing
The unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
The cold when you're dead, brava.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Tell him. Tell him.
Ah, yes. In the old factory system, they call it the apricot chewing gum scented one. It's unhealthy of them to linger on it so. But as they say, what do you do? It didn't smell nice. It smelled like betrayal.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause. You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules. No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Yes, they're pouring something on you.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket, the air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened? Good. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses. Find it under the Tools tab in your inventory.
Alright, let's save real quick. It's the furthest I've made it so far.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be one of those little threads that solves itself down the road.
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container despondently. CSM is written on their backs.
Thank you anyway.
Yes?
The corpse looks at you. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cock's gonna blow!
As you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength. The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you. Out of place somehow.
They are armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are sabatons. Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff. It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages. By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them? Of course.
The lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter. The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal! What's wrong with you, asshole? Why is he letting Goku know?
I don't know, baby. I don't know why he's such a...
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot?
cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you. Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
Extremely. Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries. Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
So am I.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears, some sort of camera.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper. His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors. These eyes used to be blue, baby blue. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Good. The victim is of Occidental descent. I mean white.
The corpse is dead silent. You have no idea why you just said that.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting it.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How? It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
I'll blow his head off.
Take it!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that shit.
Silence, with his elbow sharp, and produces a lightweight firearm.
No
He
shot.
drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's stance position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
"A lot of things were wrong with that shot. The fellow's test was the wrong choice. His shoulders were raised, but above all, he cannot trust his eyesight."
Fucking idiot!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the look. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim.
They only have one gun!
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Officer, why do we only have one gun?
The lieutenant follows suit. He finishes loading the gun inside.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banani boika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger. You've held this, an A9 Armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Kuno is silent. A Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss. Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
What the fuck?
Do it! Set me free!
Don't.
Do it!
Intense shit, Copper.
Fucker waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Your field of view.
Look, he's crying! You gonna... Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
Let's go.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces, coming loose with a whir. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body slump down. For a moment, the man appears to kneel in front of you, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself.
Communism.
It takes a millisecond for the association to flash within your cortex. You have no idea where it's coming from, only that it's right. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
Fuck you, Kurpale!
Ace is high.
The Ace is High, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used to celebrate success in Revachol, especially in sports. The gesture is spread across the world, despite the defeat of the revolutionaries themselves. You could add an Ace's Low to it, if you like, by The high arrives with a sharp slap. As you turn around, there is a moment of doubt. Feels like that low ain't gonna connect. Chill. It's gonna connect. But then it does, and with furious precision. The lieutenant is not one to leave an Ace's Low hanging.
I knew these guys were
Kuno cracks with laughter. Sounds like someone strangling a seagull. It's clear he enjoys himself.
I knew they suck each other off!
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me.
Slumped on the ground like that has not improved the way the corpse smells. The fall seems to have released something deep inside it.
Ew.
The stench is getting bad. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. I need a little breather before we do the autopsy. In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of strike negotiator to wrangle control back from Evrard.
You could ask the gardener for directions.
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. would be insane, they say. To all this, you say, fuck off and die, in a cool voice. You people have no idea how good these cops are gonna get. They're gonna crack 20 cases a day. In the future, cops will be like astrophysicists, or prime ministers, or prophets. And you're the first one. Hobocop. Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royaume, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Aramakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
I knew I should have quit.
Wait, what just happened? Where'd the aces high go? Or aces low? Oh my goodness.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What the fuck? Am I gonna die to morale?
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, you're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end.
Nothing you can... Cop gives up. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and
All right.
the dashboard like a leopard. The lights are.
There you go. I'll turn.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some. There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe the last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Why are you gonna ask me a question like that?
That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth? Cool. I'm glad you joined us. Not a lot of money in doom crying. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see. Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
Definitely not. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves. Yes.
The lieutenant nods. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights. A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry. In the middle of a broken plaza, in a cone of light, barely visible in the daytime, two men, one slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here. Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume.
All of them worse than here.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page.
Can I help you? Thanks. I heard how strange. I certainly didn't put them there. I think Fugue states them. Sylvie had the keys for the trap.
Ah,
on Clinton.
Thank you anyway.
Yes.
Fuck does Kuno care? Kuno.
The corpse look. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck. As you breathe in, the odor comes. The man before you is naked, but for a pair of an intricate web of blue.
A map of the...
As if some...
So am I.
He wears a wide... He takes a thin piece of milled.
An instant. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to wait.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of...
In case we need it. Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left.
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, sure.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by. The material, delicate. These are clearly not boot.
Indeed. Ceramic plate under the heel. Fair weather. Fair weather model T5.
The stent.
Stop! Pigs.
Brutal! What's wrong?
I don't know.
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve?
The cadaver slowly twists on the as you narrow you, only the lower extremities up. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
We should have a look at that belt before we even...
Some kind of superstar. The man before you is... The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Oh my, there's something on the... Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the left.
Extremely. Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries. Yes, it looks like they used whatever was on hand. The brief suggested as much. Politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get. A noose is one. That ladder can't carry a grown man. It's not merely this makes getting...
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. Limbs...
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might...
The cadaver slowly twists on his eyes. These eyes used to... Dark brown hair grows on his... I'm gone.
I'm a joke. Look at me. There is nothing funny about jokes either. A killer.
A motherfucker. And a killer.
Takes one to know one.
Go ahead. Into the wild pale yonder. In the past. Way out in the west. What do you mean? It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my...
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique... The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt with...
Yeah!
How? It absolutely will not.
Yeah! They'll miss! The pigs will miss!
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He appears too deep in concentration to even notice what you said. Silence. With his elbow sharp and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the firing stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's stess position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking...
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements.
God damn it.
A lot of things were wrong with that shot.
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's...
The lieutenant.
No, any more mistakes could... I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down.
You know, you don't feel like too bad of a shot yourself.
It's bad as it is.
Oops.
This is the...
Officer.
The lieutenant.
Take it, you fucking banana point!
The cold you've held.
The fuck are you waiting?
Kuno is silent. The buckle comes.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Oh, fuck.
A plume of smoke erupts. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink. Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with sentences.
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end of so...
Nothing you cop gives up. As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, and
there she...
Around the borders, the rectangular in the...
let me... Right here. It has it...
There are many of them. The first, not bad. The next, there are so... The last, that's it.
Those are
Son.
The first row represents your years of service. That's what it says. And yes, this next row... Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot. Even for... Call it... Right.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. That's right. A kill.
For an RCM officer, especially, there are but it seems as though you...
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're...
Everyone. Personally, I find it helps to... Why not gardening? You've...
The lieutenant nod.
Right.
You can now see your...
Alright, we're saving before we get back there this time. Son of a bitch. Just don't like having to lean up and click the keyboard.
Can I help you? Thanks. How strange. I think Fuchs... Sylvie... The trap...
On Clinton Street.
Thank you anyway.
Yes?
corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. You seem to be holding a cargo belt twists his neck. The smell is repulsive. It
Fuck.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by until a pool of the smell of Commodore Red rises.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear it, if you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaver. Sure you do. You just threw up. There is Fritz. There's a greenhouse.
Acquiring ammonia will provide.
Fuck. I fucking had to do this shit last time. I couldn't figure out how to use the ammonia. Or not last time, in my first playthrough.
Hello again, officer? Sure. I'm done. Go easy on that stuff.
Okay, let's save.
There he still is, looking right through you. With his the ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Are you okay, officer? You're facing tough odds here. It's aggravated further by alcohol withdrawal. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, baguette. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing. I think I've lost my sense. Not being hungover helps too. Okay, you've said it. You needed to say it. And now that you have, you need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes.
You've gained a thought. When this dialogue is over, go to your thought cap.
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Active the key.
He's about to blow! Cops!
Some kind of superstar. There he still is.
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
We're here to fight for a cause. Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Besides, we're not that different.
helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Maybe you should ask them the question. We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
So do we, Scab.
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No, they follow the rules of the market.
Scab?
What did he just call you? A... Oh no, not...
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking... Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time. I was just messing with you. Imagine. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife? My friend, I respect the right to roam. I don't operate in that... I walk right... Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacy. Then press the button, then go past him, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
The man whispers a jaunty tune. Hobocop.
Try to sneak a motherfucker.
Nobody betrayed.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is... No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders or begging for help. You gave... You don't. You will be...
It is, baby.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the hub.
That's it. Bring your the walls.
This is your chance. He's talking. Rip into him with a punch and catch him off guard.
Let's do it. I don't think I got it. Shit.
How did this...
You must be out.
Your fist...
The words to the song.
Your hand...
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further. Don't be vulgar. Mr. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline, jam, individualism. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the set. What you need is to come to terms with extinction.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
The lieutenant...
There are 3 categories, though. The invest per time. The other overproduct has proven the indigent. The latter. Type to an unpink the koiko.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
Enough of tips, CF. Lesser races like the mosquito. Grotesque. The mosquito is born. Then there is the koi. This will, but enough. You understand nothing. To solve the great, you need to internalize what you have heard here today. Then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly. I cannot possibly.
I think
that will be the...
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedo.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind. Racists.
Welcome to Revachol.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently correct. There is nothing fun I cannot possibly. The unpromising race pupil.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us. I'm not even sure the one chamber hole would even prick that Hulk. And you're just going to let him manipulate you like that? We're not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make this...
The lieutenant...
The unpromising race pupil.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you? I haven't had any problems myself. Those
Who are your customers usually?
all kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from. It keeps me entertained.
He's well composed, but underneath it you sense psychedelic processes bubbling. Some kind of drug, maybe. Entertained? He might be high. If he is, on what? Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard, he's probably on Parolidon. It's tough to come by on the street. A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
I try to keep the shop at a comfortable temperature. I've had to take it, you know, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could. No one's. Everyone's. A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen? I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps. I doubt it, but I do my...
No one likes to see what you have to see every day. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed. A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room. burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivashol. Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything round here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. Sure thing.
It is salty, it is savory, it is chewy. The hangover only makes the salami more tasty.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the... Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
I have really outdone myself. Yes, that's what you need, Gaston.
René, hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day? I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't...
The only one you have.
Suddenly you realize how hungry you are. The last time you ate must have been, God knows when, aeons ago. Probably when you were still a child. The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder. Well made and abundant in components. The author sure knew their craft. In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of a tomato peeking from below. And is that mayonnaise?
Oh, that's good. That's very good. You must have other business then?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. You have no clue. So many...
Are you trying to sneak?
Apparently...
Pigs come to take me out! Trying to snuff me sneaking up on me like that?
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. It's proving to be harder than expected. You just don't have the intellectual rigor to... Without resistance or sound, the two panels move. It's slightly. Your hand shakes. You're flushed with adrenaline.
It's been a week and now they show up?
There must be another way into the building.
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group. Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments that gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. Good luck is only kept in place by the vested interests of half the civilized world, including...
What the ma'am means is that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government.
But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about... I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place.
Wait, she just admitted that the lynching and the strike are connected.
Now they won't even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. Yes, I believe there is a connection, but that's a subject for later. Oh, so you've met him. Has he beguiled you with his inane theories?
My colleague has his peculiarities. Let's not go into this particular one.
Of course. To each their own. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive. There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker, a member of the board. Then you might also like their other slogan, Demand Democracy. Personally, I don't think it has the same pizzazzo as every worker a member of the board. It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything really, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal. Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags, a disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me, from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the bowyer at the gates, the one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
This checks out.
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the Union refuses to?
Don't let her answer it herself.
If these strikebreakers were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not yet, at least.
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Mr. Clare told him to... how did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union. Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
If you were to prick him with something sharp, you could see it oozing out. A knife, maybe? No, a rapier.
Oh, heavens, no. We get along just fine. Yet, now that you mention it, I can't stop imagining that black treacle just dribbling down his double chin. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is... Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, Detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Thank you for being candid. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the wolf always hungers. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
This forewoman, her name?
Sadly, the company records do not even give a name. She's just forewoman in private correspondence, Holly. I don't even know if it's a sir or given name, and I don't have access to the Union's files. Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, man. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have introduced ourselves. I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41.
How curious. Why is that, Detective? I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? Oh dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. She's a negotiator. Just float a favor at her. Insinuate.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge, though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Volumetric shipment compressor.
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. You could request a new one from the station, but that would literally take months. No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? It's quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. What?
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Shit, yeah, baby. It's the party pipeline. Why would you want to shut that down?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link. The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they are vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you. How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to...
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves. Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You Yes? Excellent. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy. Look at that lady. Take a gander. A well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped positively statuesque, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible. Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... Yes, you should be able to take care of yourself, not grovel at her beautiful feet, dishonoring yourself and your organization with this request.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please do...
I am sorry. It just doesn't come out of your mouth.
Excuse me?
What you meant to say was...
Of course, Detective.
A sturdy metal door. The door rattles against you. The door rattles again. But this time, you hear an
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside. Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out.
From within comes the faint sound of a broom sweeping across the concrete.
Ha! The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here. No. I already told you, I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance to the east.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
There is no reply. A sturdy the door rattled.
Stop banging on the door! No, I already told. Go check the
Backyard door.
Hey, up here, Piggo. The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue d'Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C. Had a battery of tests just last week. I'm practically a patchwork of interesting critters. Kinda like a manowar.
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her. On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world. It's where they grow whores like her, and their whoremen. Pig's not half as dumb as he looks. Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words. Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mono was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Yeah? Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval. I ain't no snitch, Pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko. Watch your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Hey, what's that noise down there?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Apologies, but this is my last one.
The god himself has denied you absolution.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. As you wish. Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run. I'd even go so far as to say that the view is a little too good, my dear gendarme. Do you have an estimate of when the body will be taken away?
We will remove the body as soon as possible. Now tell us, where were you last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you? No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over. It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend? How intriguing. He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. In the neighboring windows, you can see faint reflections of his silhouette, all from different angles. Someone hides behind a curtain. Those windows have eyes, and those eyes are watching.
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
Martin Martinez? Good local name. Let's go with that.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before.
Trash? Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.